Sam Beasant helped Braintree reach the second round of the FA Cup last season. His dad has been there, done it and got the medal. In fact, Sam Beasant has lost count of the number of times his father, Dave, has sat him down and described in forensic detail how, in front of 98,203 fans, he leapt to his left to deny Liverpool's John Aldridge to become the first goalkeeper to save a penalty in an FA Cup final at Wembley. And how Wimbledon's crazy gang prepared for the 1988 showpiece with a trip to the pub the night before, producing one of the competition's biggest shocks. On Saturday, Sam will go in search of an FA Cup victory of his own when he plays for National League South Chelmsford City against Southern Premier Division Weymouth in the third qualifying round. "I was too young to be at the final," the 29-year-old told BBC Sport. "I was about 5 weeks old and was actually born on the eve of Wimbledon's semi-final win over Luton. I think we were living in Kingsbury at the time, and I was being looked after by relatives when Dad was playing at Wembley. About 10 years ago I did get my hands on a DVD of the game and I have watched it from start to finish." FA Cup 50 memorable goals. Crazy gang beat Culture Club, missed wages losing out to Butland while his father played in the top flight and won 2 England caps. Beasant Jr's career has not run as smoothly. At the age of 19, he was in Cyprus playing for Olympiakos Nicosia. He says he was not paid on time, adding, "It was my first professional team and I was the only English player at the club. I came home low in confidence." After a spell at the Glen Hoddle Academy, where his dad was a coach, he had a trial at Birmingham City. But there he faced stiff competition in the form of a future England international. "In the end they had to make a choice between me and Jack Butland," he says. "I think they made the right decision." Beasant has since played in the Football League for Stevenage, where his dad was goalkeeper coach, and Cambridge United, but his career has largely been spent on the non-league circuit. "Working with my dad really improved me," he says. "He never pressurized me and has always been there for advice. We talk on match days, on the way to games and every other day." Dave Beasant is goalkeeping coach at Yop Stam's Reading Way. Don't talk about the salad cream incident. Dave Beasant famously missed the start of Chelsea's 199,394 season after dropping a full jar of salad cream on his foot, severing a tendon in his big toe. "I remember the day really well," said Beasant Jr. "My granddad picked me and my brother up from school because Dad had to go to hospital. He was reaching for something at the back of the cupboard and that's when it happened. He was out for 2 months. It was the longest injury of his career. We don't talk about it too much." Non-league Super Cup for Vase holders South Shields will be looking to cause an upset when they host FA Trophy holders York City. South Shields, who play in the 8th-tier Northern Premier League Premier Division, are managed by former Aston Villa, Leicester City and Blackburn Rovers midfielder Graham Fenton. From Bath City to Hurricane Irma, off the 880 players starting an FA Cup tie this weekend, few will have felt the emotions Nathaniel Jarvis has in the past few weeks. The forward scored a hat-trick against Knaphill in the last round to help secure 6th-tier Bath City a home tie with National League South rivals Hemel Hempstead Town. Jarvis, 25, plays his international football more than 4,000 miles away for Antigua and Barbuda, an area devastated by Hurricane Irma. A state of emergency was declared in Barbuda and all 1,600-plus residents were evacuated to nearby Antigua after the Category 5 storm ripped apart the island. Nathaniel Jarvis, back row, far left, lines up for Antigua and Barbuda. "I was concerned because I have family over there," Jarvis, who started his career at Cardiff City, told BBC Sport. "I've got 2 great aunts and cousins in Antigua. There was flooding, high winds and damage, but nothing like Barbuda, which was hit by the eye of the storm. Barbuda's a beautiful island. It's really sad what has happened." Jarvis was born in Cardiff but qualifies to play for Antigua and Barbuda through his grandfather. He has played 8 times for the Benner Boys, scoring in his first 2 games. Jarvis scored against Oxford United at the start of Cardiff's run to the League Cup final in 2012, when they lost on penalties to Liverpool at Wembley. However, he was unable to secure a regular place and was released after Cardiff's promotion to the Premier League in the summer of 2013. He is in his second spell at Bath. Most buildings on Barbuda were damaged by Hurricane Irma. 6 years ago, AFC Mansfield did not exist. Now they are 2 wins away from the FA Cup first round. The Bulls are one of 7 ninth-tier teams, who entered at the extra preliminary round stage at the beginning of August, still standing. Their 4 wins to date have netted them £10,925, with a further £7,500 in prize money to follow if the Northern Counties East Premier Division club upset Boston United from 3 leagues above. Rudy Funk, a former under-21 national handball champion in Romania, is the mastermind behind AFC Mansfield's run to the third qualifying round for the second successive season. AFC Mansfield manager Rudy Funk Wright is a former national under-21 handball champion in Romania. Former Scarborough Athletic boss has 7 promotions in about 20 years of non-league management. For us to be playing Boston United, a former Football League club, just 5 years after being formed is unbelievable, said Andrew Saunders, who co-founded AFC Mansfield after ending a spell as a director at Mansfield Town. It's the biggest match in our short history. Funk's team includes 32-year-old midfielder John D. Laya, whose one and only senior appearance for Manchester City was against an Arsenal side featuring Cesc Fabregas and Robin van Persie in a League Cup third-round tie in 2004, FA Cup third qualifying round in numbers 80. Number of clubs taking part at this stage from the 9th to the 6th tier. 9 rounds left before the final at Wembley on the 19th of May 2018, £7,500 amount of money winning teams receive at this stage. 7 Number of teams from the 9th tier still left in the FA Cup. BBC to show Ashton Athletic v Chorley. The BBC will broadcast the FA Cup third qualifying round tie between Ashton Athletic and Chorley on Saturday 12:30 BST. Ashton Athletic play in the 9th tier Northwest Counties League Premier Division, and will be hoping to cause a cup upset. National League North. Chorley, managed by former Crystal Palace and Blackburn Rovers forward Matt Jansen, are 3 levels higher. Chorley boss Matt Jansen scored 19 goals in 97 Premier League appearances for Crystal Palace, Blackburn and Bolton, a game from every stage of the 201,718 tournament will be streamed live across BBC Sports digital platforms. This will allow audiences to watch the game live on their PC, mobile, tablet or connected TV. Matches will also be available live and on demand on BBC iPlayer. Teams in the National League enter in the 4th qualifying round, with winners of those ties moving into the first round proper, when sides from League One and League Two join the competition.